Alright.
Oh, June.
Teka lang, testing. Hindi mo ba ako?
Testing.
Hey, we got new mics, so. I think it's recording. Alright,
guys, we have stepped up our game.
Yeah, teka lang, hindi pa tayo nag-announce.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome, June, Paul. Welcome to the show.
Relaxing. Testing.
Testing. Hello, testing. So we
have a sponsor.
We have a sponsor.
Well, not really a sponsor.
We got
donation.
We got. Apparently, we need microphones and other equipment. Nahalata. Kaya ngayon.
If you notice, my microphone is.
Salamat to Noziak Productions.
Yeah.
Ibaliktad mo lang. That's actually his production name.
Okay, good.
But
cool.
Shout out, salamat again.
Yep.
We got microphones, so can you hear me? Even
testing.
See, we're so far away from the
you can hear
mukha nang pwede na mag-relax dito. Oh.
I'm whispering.
Oh, whisper some more.
So, wala talaga kaming sponsors, but
yeah. We're not Coke sponsored, but hey,
you'll never know.
Anyway,
we're live again.
We're got another show going on, and there's a couple things that we wanted to kind of do, but this time around with the things that are going on,
just happened, yeah.
Which just happened over the weekend, no?
Yeah. 2 days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago. 2 days ago, the passing of Grandmaster Owit of Heyrosa De Cuerdas.
Yep, my master.
Yeah,
our master.
Yeah, so we decided to kind of maybe talk a little bit about that history and that aspect, and put a little bit more focal point on that. And given that I don't think a lot of people know this, but Guro Paul here is actually the U.S. representatives for Heyrosa De Cuerdas here, as appointed by GM Owit. But we'll go a little bit more to that. I just wanted to get that intro on. And speaking about that, let's dig in. Let's dig into to Heyrosa De Cuerdas.
And prayers to the family and of the hero of GM Owit. Well, I don't call him GM now. I actually call him Tito Owit. So don't get confused sometimes when I use Tito Owit versus GM. Okay, it's the same person.
It is the same person. So we wanted to kind of dedicate this episode to kind of Heyrosa De Cuerdas and have a little bit more dialogue. And we also got the mics going on.
Yeah.
So being the U.S. representative here, I wanted to kind of
really
it's a big. You got the weight on the shoulders now.
Big weight on my shoulder. Yeah,
of carrying that.
I usually goof around, and now it seems like that goofing around.
now you got to really kind of put that weight on your carry that weight.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's talk about it. How many Allers in the group right now, or what's the ranking system, and give us a little bit of what the hierarchy is. I mean, I think a lot of the big questions are, what happens now? How does the lineage continue to grow?
What happened now is the main group that's working to hold or spread the legacy of Heyrosa De Cuerdas is being handled by our team. There's about 6 people in our team.
6 main
players that are basically given the task of continuing the legacy. Yeah. So I mean, since we're on that topic, where are the representatives at? We don't need to go on the names unless you have them all. Actually, you have names. It's actually the official document. When Tito Owit was sick, he knows that the policy of succession and hierarchy needs to be created.
And kind of
so there's no confusion.
Yep.
This is a documented, signed, and so basically the promotion will be the Grandmaster who's been promoted is Juan Solano, Ivan Iscoton, Renelio Panugaling, and Richard Monleon.
And they're all sa Pilipinas, or?
They're all, well, 3 of them are in the Philippines, and GM Iscoton is in France. It's just Boncha.
Boncha. Yes. So,
We know these formal names are throwing me off. So Juan Soleno is Bebot. So Rene is Rene and Richard is Richard.
So you got the nickname. Typical Filipino. It's like just like you.
Yeah.
You and I mean, we go by Paul and June, but our real formal names are totally different from there.
Yeah.
But so those are the grandmasters in the art. That's basically that GM Owit has formally approved.
Yes.
And signed off on, right?
Signed off.
Yeah.
And then the qualified instructor is me, Antoken or Paul Rosales.
Yeah.
And then the highest ranking practitioner, which is Warrior 3, is Jean Fabro and Ursulo Dimpas, which is Don Don.
Oh, well, yeah. So you get the connections there.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 7.
So there's 7 people right now that's officially.
I didn't realize it was 7. Actually, if you actually look at our logo, there's 7 stars.
Now you guys kind of represent the stars.
I'm like, holy crap.
What a coincidence.
I don't know if Tito Owit designed that way. I just realized that there's 7.
Yeah. So
Holy crap.
That's
I'm sorry.
This
is just like
that's an interesting
by itself.
Yeah.
Again, this is
actually what he's looking at is actually an official document that was published within the group that's been signed off by Grandmaster Owit.
And with the help of his friend Celestino Castro Macachor, he's actually helped Don Don create this document.
So
we have another Grandmaster who's
because I mean that was an issue. I mean, I knew you were involved, but that was the big question, and figured since we're doing a Heyrosa segment, might as well kind of discuss that. By the way, just give a little bit of history. I mean,
sorry if I'm jumping from place to place. He's in charge, so
so I'm kind of running the thing here because I said
this is the June show now. Let's. Man, he's being really professional.
Yeah,
if you notice, it doesn't make me get off.
It's like, no, wait, stop. No, but I mean, first of all, with the history between us, I knew Paul from 3 years ago now.
3 years.
And we met first at a Katipunan, and right out of the gate, I knew that he was experienced. He knew I was experienced, but we kind of wasn't sure what the arts were. And I never have heard of Heyrosa De Cuerdas, but as I dug in a little bit more, I kind of find out a little bit more about it. And I mean, because I'm Balintawak, first of all, but
Balintawak.
Yeah, absolutely. Be careful when I go like this. Baka mamaya tiyan ang makikita.
We just ate lunch and our sponsor gave us some
Publix apple pie.
Publix apple pie.
No, I don't even know it's Publix.
Yeah, it is Publix.
It is Publix. Publix is the local grocery store. But I know that you've been on this journey for a while, and as long as we've connected, it's always been an interesting story. So I want to dig in and share that story with everybody because I think it's kind of, these are the grassroots of where things are going. Well, I mean, the grassroots were a little bit deeper into that, but kind of where they are going and kind of the vision overall. So let's start first. How did you learn about Heyrosa De Cuerdas? Because you're a Sarada practitioner. I mean, he's a Sarada. Well, let's give that detail.
Well, it starts there. I learned from Master Jimmy Tacosa on Sarada. Sarada, and from there we actually went around the country and did seminars. And I was young. I was fighting a lot, and basically our motto was to destroy everyone. So I thought we were the fastest until Bladed Hand came out, probably late 80s, early 90s. It was like 2000. No, that was the second series part already. There's another video.
There was one before that.
Wow. So I have friends who have clips that it hasn't shown on
maybe the initial shapings or something.
Yep, it's just clips.
Bladed Hand, by the way, everybody, is a Filipino martial arts documentary of different
masters,
different grandmasters and styles that are out there. So just FYI for those who doesn't know what we're referring to.
It's in YouTube. You can watch it. So basically, back then I was only a Sarada practitioner, so I was watching the show, and what happened was a clip of Heyrosa De Cuerdas showed up. And I'm like, if I'm fast, this guy are faster.
Mind you, I haven't been able to post any of my videos on YouTube, so he didn't see the speed yet.
So my goal, because back then I started going back to our homeland. I went back to the Philippines. My goal is to go to Cebu and find him. And what happened was, actually, for the first time I went to Asinulog, I had a friend of mine that came with me, and I was trying to contact GM Owit. He will not respond at all. I mean, I got his number. I don't know how I got it, but I got his number, and I got to the Philippines. I bought a SIM card. I text him, no response. So my friend, I said, "Hey, you mind texting him?" And
his friend is a woman. Ginamit babae pag ano pagtawag.
So I figure, get a girl to text him, maybe he'll respond. And sure enough, he did.
What do you call that? Bait and switch.
So, nagpunta kami ng Liluan, and not Liluan, but what town is that? Somewhere in Cebu. Mandaue. Next one in Mandaue, I can't remember now, but somewhere in there, to her sister's house. Actually, he was teaching private class from a major or a general. He's teaching the son. So he goes, meet me there. So I went there, and he was shocked that he was a guy. Number one.
That was a bait and switch.
But I was with my friend. And then the second thing that happened, when he asked me my full name, I said my last name was Rosales.
Oh, there goes that hip family. Go ahead.
Correct. And basically, he goes, Rosales, when Liborio Heyrosa was learning De Cuerdas from the Grandmaster of Balintawak. Okay. GM. This is GM Bako.
Anchong Bako.
Anchong Bako. People just say Anchong Bako. It's like you take out the GM.
Anchong Bako.
Anchong Bako. It's like
well, you said GM, so I said Grandmaster.
Normally it's Anchong Bako only. That's why I'm like, he's Balintawak.
Grandmaster.
What happened was, the story. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going back, but what happened was, when Liborio Heyrosa was learning Balintawak from the Grandmaster, there's another person that taught him, which the last name is Nene Rosales. Same last name. So when GM Owit was learning, he also learned from Nene with the Rosales last name. Then he suddenly met me. Now he thought I am the same lineage as that Nene Rosales. So he accepted me that one day, and he asked me, "Show me Sarada." And I said him, "Here is Sarada." And he goes, "That's Balintawak." What? He goes,
I didn't know this part.
He goes, "That is Balintawak." I go, No, this is Sarada." Then he asked me, "Explain the meaning of Sarada." So I explained him the meaning of Sarada the way I learned it here in the US.
Which was?
Which is to close. Right?
And how did he correct it and say it was?
He goes, "That's not Sarada De Cuerdas."
Okay.
Because I used the Sarada De Cuerdas. So he basically asked, "What is Sarada De Cuerdas?" Then I said, closing it up. I showed him the principle of De Cuerdas the way we learned it in the US. He goes, "That is not Sarada De Cuerdas. You're doing Balintawak." That's what he said. When he saw me move
this part I didn't hear.
When he saw me move Sarada, he right off the bat put me in a category of Balintawak.
But how is it? Well, okay.
But he doesn't know Sarada. He just looked at the way I moved.
It was just based on the movements.
And then he goes, "Let me attack you." And you block. So I blocked probably 5 of his shots when I was doing. I mean, I was on my prime, you know. I took it easy on GM because I'm kidding. But Tito Owit. But he goes, "Well, that's my basic shots. Let me give you segunda." So he gave me the second fast movement. I only blocked one. After that, everything else goes in.
So that was
it. And then after that, I said, "Can I see you again tomorrow?" And then I think
did he accept you as a student then already? or was it?
I just forced myself.
He's like, you're taking on a student and you have nothing.
Yeah, and my friend knows how to speak Bisaya, so
Yeah.
I told her, talk to him in Bisaya, and he keeps talking to him in Bisaya, and I guess with the atmosphere, sometimes it's just like that, and he knows I'm not there to challenge.
Yeah, actually, side note, on a lot of GMs and masters that are in the Philippines, when somebody out of the blue comes in and tends to look for that person,
They think it's a challenge.
They automatically assume it's a challenge. I mean, yeah, I know it seems, for people that are probably not familiar with the culture or anything, yeah, that's an actual true thing. When people are looking for somebody specifically, yeah, they automatically assume it's a challenge. But anyway, go yeah.
So I asked him if I can come again. He goes, yeah, come to my sister's house.
So that's
Which is, I think, in La Consolacion is where her sister, right by the highway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to go there because back then the roads are, I think, only 2 roads.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, and taxi cabs will not, bring us there because it's too far. So,
Yeah.
but
So
I went again and saw him at the sister house. He has this machine with a little hand. I think you saw that on one of my posts that he was playing with his empty hand. I actually broke that. The second day I met him, I broke the machine.
What machine? I didn't see the machine. There you go. I need to go to your YouTube.
So I broke the machine, and he was just shaking his head. But I basically went there and trained with him for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because Bon Chow earlier, one of the Grandmasters we were talking to, he goes, I taught my students in Paris or in France, and after they're done, they have that look in their face that they have no clue what just happened. I had the same look.
Hey, when you
for
started,
3 days.
when you started showing me, I was like, what is going on? It's just you guys are automatically in spar fight mode.
Correct.
Versus yeah. So tell me.
So let me finish
Yeah,
that.
all right,
So
all right.
after I met him, I have limited time in Cebu because I just went to Sinulog. After Sinulog is when I met him. Then after that I left. He gave me a number for her sister. You gotta understand, GM Owit is like a hermit. He doesn't like. Sometimes he just goes out on the mountain and disappears. It's funny because Jimmy Tacosa, when I was learning, was the same way. He just disappears, and you have to find him again. And for me, that's normal. So here I am with GM Owit going, oh yeah, I know this game. I can play this game.
I'm gonna find you.
The bad part, it took me 10 years to find him again.
I remember it was a few years.
It's 10 years. Because then
Dang.
the group in the Philippines made a school in Cebu.
Okay.
Now they start posting that on YouTube. You will actually see that. They're like in a class with no students.
Dang.
The Richard is in there too when he was in the beginning stage. So if you want to see Richard when he's getting beat up, there's a lot of video there.
And is that the one with the red or the orange?
Yes.
And yellow? Yeah.
Red and orange is their uniform from way back.
From way back when.
Yeah.
I figured that was the group, but then
That's the group.
So I was looking at that. I mean, there was a lot of good practitioners then. There's still good practitioners now. But what happened to? Tell me about kind of like how the group evolved, or how or do you have that? Do you have that insights?
Well, the insight is when it first started, they're basically doing it backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the backyard, I guess the success of people contacting them because after that bladed hand came out, they decided to open a school.
And that's where it got.
That's when it got separated because they were in the countryside, or maybe I really know if it's countryside. Provincia.
Yeah.
And then they went to the city.
Okay. Yeah.
So it got cut in half. That's when the group. I don't know. I really don't. Bon Chow will be able to explain this.
Yeah. But at least So I mean, for the sake of this dialogue,
it's my journey.
Yeah. It's your journey.
So I was going back again to the Philippines. I stopped when I can't get him. I start going back to Cebu. I keep searching for him until I saw the post in YouTube that they have the school. That's when I contacted them and left a message saying, hey, where is GM Owit? I need to find him, this and that. Right off the bat, Bon Chow is the one that answered. His answer was like, Sino ka? Who are you? Why are you contacting us?
What the hell you want?
Yep. I mean, very protective.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a public school for everybody, but the way they respond to you is like, nope, if we don't know you, you ain't gonna get in. So I told him I met GM Owit and he was teaching me already, and I showed, luckily I took pictures, bro. I took pictures and videos because kung wala yun, I
You still have those pictures?
Yes.
Well, good. That's
So
interesting for the history.
So I gave that to Bonchow, and Bonchow basically said, okay, since you have proof, I will give you the info of GM Owit. Luckily, my friend that the beginning part came again with me.
The lady, or the lady.
So
that was
when I met again Tito Owit the second time, I said, do you remember her? And right off the bat, of course, she goes, yeah.
But do you remember me? No.
But I think that's in the stage of his life now that he got he's feeling weak and sick already.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I really want to learn from you, and it took me 10 years to find you again.
Yep.
I mean, he's living in Liluan on the beach. I mean,
that sounds good.
Yep, with a karaoke background. So that's how now he accepted me formally. Yeah. I mean, this time he goes, okay, I'll teach you.
Oh, okay. So that's where
where I started.
Okay,
how it started.
All right. Now let's
long
talk.
Story,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was a
that's
long
like
story.
The whole show now.
Yeah. We're like,
we
okay, now part two. Now, so there's a little bit of a question because GM Owit is what's his formal name?
Jecong.
Manuel Owit Jecong.
Yeah.
Right. So, but then he's GM Owit carrying Heyrosa De Cuerdas. Can you tell us can you share with us or the viewers the story with what is GM Owit relation with Heyrosa De Cuerdas, and because Heyrosa De Cuerdas is not it's
not his family name. Basically,
give us the history of that Heyrosa.
When Liborio Heyrosa, I think, turned 18, he got the full instructorship in Balintawak. Same level as the other Grandmaster.
Okay.
It's not public knowledge because, from my understanding, Liborio Heyrosa is a neighbor of Anchong Bacon. He doesn't need to go to class. He's being taught backyard.
Yeah. And because these are the
dynamics.
These are the behind the scenes, I don't know.
I don't know the history either. But
I'm on the Balintawak side, but
most books, half of the book that you'll find will have the name of Heyrosa as a qualified Grandmaster, and some books you won't have them because they never met him.
Okay, in FMA books.
In FMA.
I mean, I don't know for general history altogether. Right. I mean, I know.
But there's proof because if you actually go to Barao Sugpo, the great Grandmaster of Barao Sugpo, knows knows Tito, GM Owit and Liborio.
Oh, so
Maranga knows them too. So now, if you said, well, they never practiced, how come they have?
There's a connectivity.
There's a connectivity.
I mean, I guess those are the details that maybe when we go international with our show,
yes,
we'll have these dialogues with these
especially it'll be interesting with Maranga and and the Barao.
Yeah, with everybody in
Senza.
But
GM Senza.
But so tell us.
My two other masters.
I have a lot of masters. So tell us about. Heyrosa De Cuerdas. You didn't give us the Heyrosa name and how it ended up with GM Owit.
GM Owit is really not family of Heyrosa. He just became a student of Liborio. The story is almost a typical Filipino. I don't know if the stories are being copied by I don't know, but the story is always like this. He's doing karate. I think they're doing construction, and GM Owit is doing karate. Aiki Jiu-Jitsu or something like combat judo. That's what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
And Liborio was there watching him. He goes, "Matagal ka nagkakarate?" Yeah. You know Arnis, Eskrima. He goes, "No." He goes, "But you need to learn Eskrima." And Liborio goes, GM Owit goes, "Ano ho ba yung Eskrima? Ganyan. Then basically, sinabi niya, paluin mo ko dito sa ulo. It's typical Filipino.
Just hit me here.
He hit, next thing you know, he was on the ground.
And then he kind of
started. It's almost the same story as, I hate to go back and forth, but Jimmy Tacosa almost has the same story. When Tacosa was brought to Cabales, his dad brought this GM Tacosa as a kid. Goes to Cabales, and Cabales put on a mattress on the ground and told Jimmy, "Hit me." And Tacosa looks at his dad. This old guy is
hit me.
And he goes, "As hard as you can." And Tacosa goes, "Dad, this guy really pissing me off. He wants me to hit him." He goes, "Then hit him." And Jimmy Tacosa hit him, and next thing you know, he was on the ground. So it's almost the same story.
It's a similar story. Huh.
So
interesting.
What happened was when Liborio finished Balintawak, Anchong Bacon started teaching him his sister's art, or his sister's De Cuerdas system. The De Cuerdas system that his sister learned came from his father. So this is the story wherein we need to research more.
Yeah, because these are, again, I'm in Balintawak, but these are stories that I haven't heard, and within the lineage that I connect to, there's been questions. I mean, I've kind of shared similar questions, and there's not contradicting, but challenging ideas to it. So, and that's the challenge that I kind of presented you before. Is questioning is like, okay, how does the lineage connect? Now, just because one side doesn't see the other side doesn't mean that there's no connection or no truth to it. It's just that I think it's just there's a disconnect there somewhere. But for full disclosure, we want to acknowledge that yes, there's two different opposing sides to it. Correct. There's a side that doesn't think there's a connectivity, but there's a whole side with people behind the scenes that are not fully connected within the lineage that actually can connect the dots.
Correct.
So we're not here, but we're not here to
say this
address
is
that. Yeah. We're just here to share the story
that I heard.
That you heard. Yes.
So basically, what happened was, from what I understanding, remember when we're getting this information, Tito Owit is already disclosing this, but he's not young anymore, so it's hard to really figure out how solid. We can't ask for background because we don't want to pressure him. But the story is, her sister art is a soft art, so basically a yin and yang. The hard part is the Balintawak with Anchong Bacon. The soft side is the sister side, which is the De Cuerdas. It's not Heyrosa De Cuerdas, it's only called De Cuerdas. So Anchong Bacon, from my understanding, was very old then, and he cannot practice the soft style anymore. He needs a young blood to practice it. That's when he started taking the concept and giving it to Liborio Heyrosa.
Yep.
Whatever in the mind of Anchong Bacon was given to Liborio, and Liborio executed those what concept that was on his mind. Okay. But it's a mixture of her sister. Now her sister has actually a record in the Philippines as a Commander Ligaya, who's a rebel, who's fighting in the mountains. Unfortunately, I think either the members or his command is gone. We can't find them anymore. But there's a Commander Ligaya. I mean, there's acknowledged in the city of Mandaue.
And that's another contradictory part. But again, we're not here to establish what is and what isn't. We're just here to kind of share the stories that was shared with him, and kind of the story there.
So from there,
Liborio
now, after he successfully passed the De Cuerdas, basically Anchong Bacon said, from now on, you're the only holder of De Cuerdas. That's when he puts his name now as Heyrosa
De Cuerdas.
De Cuerdas. Then from there, he met GM Owit. Okay, from when Owit now, from the basic Heyrosa, Anchong Bacon goes, not Anchong Bacon, but Liborio now is now on the stage like Anchong Bacon is old. He needs to pass it to the young guy.
Yep.
So the old De Cuerdas was given to GM Owit, plus the new knowledge, the new addition was given to Owit. Then when Heyrosa passed away, Tito Owit basically said, I will continue your legacy using your last name. That's why now we are called Heyrosa De Cuerdas, using the great late GM Liborio Heyrosa.
And so, so now that it's we went from Liborio Heyrosa to GM Owit carrying Liborio Heyrosa, Bersi Heyrosa De Cuerdas. The question now is, with the unfortunate events that's happened, how does that work? Then isn't that something that where Heyrosa, isn't there a Heyrosa specific lineage being carried?
The official lineage
by the family. Because it's a family art. No family art.
No family art.
Okay.
Nobody succeeded in their family to take that.
So when it went to fully GM Owit, it fully went to GM Owit.
It fully went to GM Owit. And GM Owit is the only successor from the late Liborio.
So, and then now that
well, don't get me wrong, okay? This is the funny thing about that Heyrosa De Cuerdas. There's people out there who are longer students of Liborio Heyrosa.
Okay.
But GM's Owit's skill set surpassed them.
Okay.
And now they were instructors, and GM Owit comes in, passed all of them, and became GM. One perfect example that is Bebot. When GM Owit went and learned Liborio Heyrosa, guess who's teaching GM Owit? Bebot.
Oh, so so basically it's just
Correct.
It's all about progression.
It's all about progression. It's not about the title that you get. The title you get is about how long have you been there. But skill set,
so the lineage is really based on skill set,
skill set and mindset, if you can relay that to the next generation.
Okay, so your ability to maintain the skill set and then share it to the next one. Man, by the way, this is a totally different dialogue of a Jun and Paul show. We're like specific to it.
Hopefully it's still fun for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit more of a history aspect of it. Again, this has been fresh on our minds from over the weekend.
I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Jun because he's asking me.
Because this is kind of, we want to go through a dialogue with it, but it's hard without, there's a lot of questions that I'm trying to ask that I think would be.
So I'll make it a little bit shorter.
Yeah, which is, I think, what everybody's kind of interested to kind of know. But it's good because you want to get the histories and whatnot that's there. So right now, so that's basically, just to sum it up, Heyrosa De Cuerdas GM Owit is the one that, in respect to Liborio Heyrosa, promised Liborio that he will continue to call the art, not change it to his name, to GM Owit's name, and just keep it with Heyrosa De Cuerdas.
Right.
And even then now, from what
before he passed away,
his wish or his message to the group was, do not change the name of the art.
It's still gonna be,
even though he was the holder of the art in respect to his Grandmaster.
Right. In retrospect, it's like this. You know how technology changed, right? Before we have, let's say the phone. Everybody has the phone, and that's big. Then it eventually becomes a cell phone. The phone becomes just a phone. The basic function of the phone is the same, but the way you hold the phone now and the way you use it, it's different, right?
Yep.
So Heyrosa De Cuerdas is something like that. We have the old style that's being carried. Probably now, Heyrosa De Cuerdas, if you compare it back then, it's only 10%.
So here's a question.
That 90% now is all created by GM Owit.
So here's a question then. And this is the dialogue. And by the way, Paul doesn't know what kind of questions I'm going to ask. We're just we're going with the dialogue.
I'll get him back on my show when I interview him.
Yeah. So this is more of a dialogue. But we talk about the traditional way, the old style of training. Would some of the the thought process now might be, well, if what's old then, that means, times have changed. Maybe it needs a fresher look and something to be more new. So maybe there's a more modern aspect to it. How do you why do you how do you think the differentiation between the traditional old style and the modern new style that's going on? How do you
it's balancing.
I mean, I know that's a pretty deep,
balancing.
It's a pretty deep question, but it's a pretty. I think a lot of people are asking that. Well, it's like,
I'll put it this way: if you live in the Philippines, you better learn the old way.
Why is that?
People are going to challenge you.
So why can't you use the new modern way against?
Well, because in the Philippines, when you meet other people and you say you're FMA, it's more like, okay, this is a skill set. This is not an exercise. This is survival. This is the truth. The truth. Hey, now you come to, let's say, America. FMA can be, well, I just want to exercise.
Okay.
Or I just want to preserve the concept.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Let me go challenge June and knock on his door and then I'm going to kick your ass. Next thing you know, there's 20 cops outside. Do you see the difference? Right.
Yeah, but I mean, but there's still no. I see what you're saying, because I mean, so tell me the difference between traditional training or old way training and modern training. I mean, like, how is it significantly different?
So here's my through the years that I've been learning martial arts. Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, from Taekwondo all the way to where I'm at now, I am lucky enough that I've learned it the old way. I've seen the new way, and I've seen the old way. So the way I teach now is I blend the two. Depending, if you actually come to me and become my student, I always ask, what is your goal? What do you need to accomplish? On that accomplishment is where I based my teaching.
Okay.
So either it's going to be exercise or it's going to be full-on self-defense.
Full-on fight.
Correct.
Self-defense, fight.
So nowadays, when I teach, I cater to my client.
Okay.
Right? Now, which one will I prefer if I'm the one learning? I would like to learn both, to be honest with you. But the old way still has a way of teaching you that you'll only do one mistake and you'll never do it again. That's because you're gonna pay the price.
It's called pain. It's called pain. So I mean, that was just one of the things I wanted to touch on. But let's go back to.
I didn't think I answered your question.
Well, to me, I guess I kind of know what it is. You know. Well, I mean,
we know now each other. I kind of know. I'm mentally just feeding it to him. So you better be a mind reader.
So mind you, remember when we met a long time ago, these dialogues that you see now, this is going on behind when the cameras are off anyway.
Yeah.
So there's I don't know if maybe I was kind of already had the answer, because really the way I see it is that and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my interpretation of the modern and old way. Old way tends to have a lot more, I guess, for sheer thing is just the brutality of it. Not necessarily brutality in it, but basically you're coming in. And getting hit, you're going out with bruises, cuts, and
there's no warning.
Blood.
Like if you put your finger there, you're gonna get electrocuted. Put your finger in there.
Where in modern ways, because of
they
the
have
society,
a warning.
There's a lot more a safetyness consideration to it. Whereas, I mean, is that kind of how?
Yes.
I mean, based on what our discussion from before, and that's why when you were saying that,
when you say
old way
and traditional way, there's two ways they'll basically teach you. One way is physically inflicting pain on you, number one.
Yep.
And number two, the old way also has some sort of way of draining your mind.
Yeah, but
it's gonna exhaust your mind. I mean, they are not spoon feeding you. They're gonna go figure it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. No, I see. I mean, I know there's a little bit of a variations to it, or in the mythologies. So back to Heyrosa De Cuerdas. So now, the direction is that being here in the U.S., what's the direction of Heyrosa De Cuerdas now? Where do you see it? What's your vision for it? What's your vision for it, and what's some of your organizations, other people in the organization, how do they envision the direction of where Heyrosa De Cuerdas is going, or could go?
Yeah. Well, my vision here is to, continue the legacy of Heyrosa De Cuerdas by GM Owit.
To what he taught you,
to what he taught us. I mean, I don't know what GM Liborio taught him, but I'm going by what GM Owit taught us. Okay, that's number one, and making sure that we actually show the right Heyrosa De Cuerdas. Trying to make sure that his wish was to actually, almost like the same wish as everybody FMA Grandmaster out there, is to go and spread the art,
propagate the art.
The art. Yep. And that's basically what my goal is, and planting the seed here so it can grow, which I already did with June.
Helping out. It's all the team. Hey,
June, Mike, and Zach.
Yep.
So three
musketeers.
musketeers. And also what do you call this? We have Mike's students who are also came aboard from in Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, I mean, in
Chicago.
Yeah, a lot of the considerations there. But so now that, and what about the guys in Cebu and even Bonchao that's in France?
Basically, they're gonna be doing the same thing because that's the wish of Tito Owit.
Yep.
They're gonna be doing the same thing, but we are not changing what he's giving us.
Okay.
So the vision is still the same. Propagate the art and hold the group tight. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because it's not given to one guy. It's given to
so
7 people.
Yeah. I mean, they're each. Yeah. I mean,
each hold a key.
Each one holds a key to different counters of each one, or I mean.
This is now my side. Okay, of the 7 people. From my understanding, what Tito Owit told me, out of our 7, we have 1 each.
So you gotta go train with 7 people to
figure out
the whole. No,
I mean the whole 7. Hopefully, I'm not making the whole 7. We basically know all 7.
Yeah,
but there's a specialty.
There's a focus on
one that only given to that one guy.
Yeah.
Either he knows it or he doesn't, but he has it.
It's up to him to recognize
and share it to me. So now I mean, for some reason he keeps telling me that. I think he told that to Bonchao too. Hey, I gave you something that nobody can take.
I mean, this is
like a Chinese movie, right?
Yeah.
Go 6, 7 master, destroy all 7. You'll be the great master.
And this is something that I mean, as this events have unfolded, I mean, in the past, within less than 3 months, within the FMA community, we've lost now 4 Grandmasters. And I'm not talking, regardless of like lineage or whatnot. But I mean, we had 3 huge pillars that were in Balintawak that we lost, and now Heyrosa De Cuerdas, and a lot of and this is, I guess, kind of why we're having this dialogue, because the realization that we're losing a lot of wealth of knowledge and experience out there from a lot of major pillars, and the question becomes now is that how does the successions go, and how does the lineage and the art continue?
Kasi I'll Tagalog this.
Yeah, Tagalog mo. Sige.
Kasi mga Pilipino kasi pag may mga ibang dumadayo para mag-training, meron silang 2 curriculum eh.
Ano yung
siguro sa tingin ko lang merong
observation.
Merong para sa ibang tao. Meron sa talagang gustong matuto.
Yung mga palaaway.
So, hindi mo ngayon alam kung saan, anong natutunan mo. Okay. Para mo siya maintindihan, you need to learn, kailangan marunong kang makisama sa mga Pilipino. You have to tap that bonding, yung bonding ng 2 Pilipino. That's the only way you'll be able to really know kung talagang natututunan mo yung dapat mong matutunan.
Dapat matutunan.
Okay, kasi, kaya gusto ko mag-Tagalog kasi baka pag in English ko baka maraming puting sabihin na
well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying.
Ganun naman talaga I think sa mga culture ng mga tao, whether sa mga Pilipino, whether sa mga either anywhere across Asia or Europe or wherever. Ganun naman talaga basta yung mga sa kanila talaga iba yung mga tinuturo. Kasi I think couple of things I think that holds kasi
loyalty,
taga doon, taga parehong language, and culturally understanding na automatic na yun. I mean for all of us ganun naman talaga eh. So yeah,
kaya I mean ang purpose ng show ko Antoken Ako is to actually try to preserve the art and promote Heyrosa De Cuerdas.
Yeah.
June and Paul show, in a way, we trying to tap on the same way, even though.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, for the June and Paul show, it's
more entertaining.
It's more entertaining. It's more. No, I mean, so I mean, again, I come from a different FMA background. I'm a Balintawak instructor with different experiences and different connectivities with other FMA styles, but for the most part, it's Balintawak that's there. Kuya Paul here is multi-FMA, but carrying the Heyrosa banner. So, but together, we've got a huge connectivity and network of different masters and grandmasters and knowledge and style base, and within across the FMA community and actually martial arts community altogether. But and that's why for the Jun and Paul show we're bringing all these experiences and knowledge and relationships that we have. That
kaya minsan karate, minsan broad ang putulin niya. Filipino style coconut.
So I mean, unfortunate right now because of the pandemic situation and everything. Hindi kami we can't go out and reach out to and travel and hit up all our friends that are out there who would be awesome guests on the show. But mind you, once travel restrictions and everything is kind of opened up and people are a little bit more comfortable hanging out together, you'll be seeing a lot more of the who's who in an FMA and other martial arts.
It's not only FMA.
Yeah, it's not only FMA, but I mean, again, the network runs deep for us here, and that's one of the things that we really want to share with you guys, and the different people that are doing interesting things within the
and also this,
arts
I know we talked about Heyrosa De Cuerdas, so one reason why we probably did this too, which you probably did, is just to make sure that you people out there knows that Heyrosa De Cuerdas is, even though the GM passed away, we are still continuing the legacy, and I'm here in the US promoting this art
here in South Florida.
Yeah, south of Florida. GM Bon Chow is in Paris, so around Europe area, and there's people still in the Philippines, in Cebu, who can teach you guys. And
so you
can contact me at June and Paul or Antoken Show.
Or you can reach me and then I'll just send it out anyway. I mean, this is a very we've got a very obviously a good network of connectivity and community here.
Right.
But it's just
it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate with the things that's situated, and which had me. We had this plan to record the show today. Well, it wasn't this show. We actually, but then given the whole situation, I said, you know what? There's a dialogue that I want to have with you anyway, so let's just go ahead and record it and put it in the Jun and Paul show. Well, now, unfortunately, it kind of broke off a little bit. I mean, as I'm looking at the time, this is a crazy long time.
48 minutes.
That's one. B, it's more of a dialogue / interview almost / understanding and pulling information out, because it's not like,
and it's also before it's like a soft
sharing
out for me. I don't want to step on any of the grandmasters and whatnot. Even though I'll be honest with you, GM Owit gave me full autonomy to do whatever I want. But out of respect, out of the others, because they're higher ranking than I am, I will not do that.
But don't let him fool you on anything, because
I can't goof around anymore.
He's connected with the group. I mean, I've seen some of the chats between them. I've been in some of those FaceTimes with them, and just because I've been around here and stuff and whatnot. and it's a very, much respect to the guys that are holding the Heyrosa De Cuerdas group through GM Owit. I'm kind of, it's impressive to see that the guys are actually well connected and bonded together. So yeah, don't mess with them because each one still talks to each other. Don't think one is standing solo by themselves.
There's no solo one here. So
but as the organization should be. I mean, I think most organizations have those connectivities and bonds, but with you guys specifically, you guys are you're saying 6 or 7 people.
Seven people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very small community that's really propagating and doing their thing. So
and remember when GMO it was still awake, they're hesitant on accepting students. So the reality, 7 and others, the solid one is 7.
Yeah. So there. Where can they go to find out more information about Heyrosa De Cuerdas?
It'll be at Antoken Ako at very easy. Antoken Ako, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, same name.
Antoken Ako.
Antoken Ako.
All right. So that's is there?
And you can actually find me also at Balintawak because I am the receiver of the pain there.
Receiver of the South Florida pain. Yeah. So I mean, but the awesome thing about hold on. Take a drink a little bit.
Yeah. We need sponsors.
Sponsorship. Now the awesome thing about the connectivity that we have, we're both on high level practitioners within our organizations and within our different network and styles, and together we kind of like
don't let him fool you. This guy is very good. he's
all Photoshop.
He's low keying himself.
But
I think that's the reason why we get along. He low key himself, I low key myself, and we hit the bottom, and we can go low key,
and we can get low key in that. No, but it's like
next thing you know, we're back on top,
and we get so loud, and next thing you know, it's like no, but I mean, behind the scenes. And different attacks. Let's just say for angle 1, boom, angle 1. It's like, all right, what would you do with an angle 1? Boom, then I would do this. Oh, okay. And then he'd kind of change the same thing. It's like, hey, how would you do this? All right. And then we both almost both pressure test what is efficient. How do we make things more efficient? And those are the kind of pressure tests that works awesome when you got different high-level perspectives and understanding of what the things that are going on.
And that's probably some of the stuff. I mean, I know we're going 52 minutes now, but the problem sometimes is when putting them on film is not the same.
Yeah, no,
you need
tough
to feel it.
Yeah. I mean, the energy. Yeah, so
especially when you get hit with a Heyrosa. It's not we tick here. When people go, oh yeah, Heyrosa De Cuerdas, we tick. Nope. Yeah. If you feel it, it's not a we tick.
Hey, just like on the Balintawak, it's like, hey, what you guys like pose this way and then you're kind of leaning or whatever. It's like, nope, the power's coming. We're all positioned for power and the for you guys with the witik, it's like, no, it's not really a witik. You put in the full energy and the right body mechanics, that's a power strike. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, just one more. And I know I couldn't. This is nothing to do with trying to connect Heyrosa with Balintawak.
No,
I am not trying to do that. Reality, it's connected. Reality, it's connected because June can see it and I can see it. but put it this way: I am a new practitioner in Balintawak, and I'm not high level Balintawak, but whatever he gave me, I can insert it to mine.
And whatever
I share with mine, he insert to his.
And I'm like, okay, that's the same.
And it's the same pattern.
Yeah, I mean, not pattern. It's the same, similar movements or similar foundations.
Scratch this last part.
Yeah.
Or else you might beat us.
So
you're not allowed to beat the junior coach.
No. Well, the thing is that
I will hit you with this sugar cane.
Dude, you gotta plant your sugar cane.
I know.
This looks like a bamboo. At first, I thought it was a bamboo. It's actually a sugar cane. And he said, hey, I got 3 over here. I got 1, 2, and then a third one here, which he does actually. So I don't know. I guess
if there's any expert cane planters.
Yeah. But
okay.
yeah.
Almost
But
1 hour.
Yeah, but we'll get to wrap it up. But in terms of back to the Balintawak Heyrosa thing. Again, just to reiterate from what we said in the middle of the show, if you guys missed it, we're not trying to push on what the connectivity is between Balintawak and Heyrosa, or confirm or acknowledge or fully state what exactly it is. It's basically what he was advised and told. Because I know on my other side, depending on who it is you talk to, there's some questions and stuff as to what the lineage actually goes. Now it's up to you guys to kind of really go about it, but that's not really where we're going with it. What we're going with is showcasing that, hey, Heyrosa De Cuerdas is here.
Correct. And then the biggest thing about that too is just to show respect between the masters. I actually did invite most of the Grandmasters in Cebu 2 years ago, and I put them on a dinner table. All of them.
So unfortunately for me, I was not there.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of conversation that cannot be publicly
published,
which
this guy has.
I have. So I cannot publish it because there's delicate moment that needs approval from all the Grandmasters.
That's a lot of Grandmasters.
And that's a lot of Grandmasters.
You had what, 5 or 6?
7, 6, yeah. Maranga.
I'm counting in my head. A few.
Senza wasn't there, but he's because he has a demo.
But basically, the story is
all the higher Grandmasters in Cebu were invited.
So Paul and Zach, who you met Zach at a previous episode,
McGregor,
they ended up going to the Philippines. This was probably like within the first year of when we met.
Yeah.
They've already had this planned out. I couldn't go. And next thing you know, they're calling me on the phone. Hey, guess what? We've got Grandmaster so-and-so and all these Grandmasters and the dinner table and the picture. And these guys are having conversation. And of course, there's drinking and everything. And GM Owit was there as well. And GM Bobby and everybody else. And basically...
Maestro Maranga.
And everybody was...
there's also the other representative. Like there's the Red Balintawak. Because not only my get-together was made 2 days later, GM Bobby made another get-together with all the Balintawak from...
Oh, because it was happened to be the time when that time when they had the events going on.
I mean, that's the whole Balintawak lineage
organization.
I mean, then Heyrosa.
Not the whole, because you were probably missing a few that were here. But anyway, But anyway, whoever was, I don't know if we'll see if we could get sign off on it. Anyway, but that's a little bit of an insight. That's a little bit of insights on Heyrosa De Cuerdas. A little bit of us. Anything else you want to add before we sign off, because we're running out of time?
Help me promote.
No. We can't just go help me, because why? There's a lot of responsibility to take with a lot of the art. I mean, you can't just. I mean, even for me when I'm teaching some of my guys, it's like, hey, I can't just give it to you. I need to understand kind of, hey, the character. You can't just be showing it to a lot of the things that we do to just anybody. I mean, a lot of you guys see just a lot of the stick flow, but there's a lot of blade, a lot of kill shots, a lot of brutality that comes into FMA. It's very self-defense, but it's ultimately really combative.
Basically, the help I'm basically saying, help us, in any way possible to grow and make sure that we're teaching the right way.
Yeah, no, I think the quality of the student base and the teachings and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to video, especially when we're when you don't have the similar high levels to kind of show. I mean, we do our best, but we're still both in two different energies and two different styles. Okay. But for the most part, we do our best.
You will see June cut a palm tree today in my show.
and then you see this guy with counter to counter. But anyway, that's it for this segment. It's a little bit longer, but hey, just sharing it with you. If there's any questions, feel free to message us or comment. And
again, prayers to the family of
and condolences to GM Owit and family and to the lineage that's there. I know that I guess everybody's going to the wakes and stuff right now and stuff and whatnot. But yeah. All right.
Right on 59:30.
59:30. All right, everybody.
It's a planned 1 hour.
We'll see you guys later next
June.
Week. Paul, and we'll have more laughing and stuff. And I guess we'll a little bit of apple pie.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one. ikaw mag-off. You're there.